is one of Europe's most iconic and popular destinations, home to incredible food, fabulous wine, tons of ancient ruins, and picturesque landscapes. It should come as no surprise that this is one of the most sought-after travel destinations in the world. Italy Travel Guide. A beautiful view overlooking the city of Florence, Italy, with its stunning red roofs and mountains in the background. Italy is one of Europe's most iconic and popular destinations, home to incredible food, fabulous wine, tons of ancient ruins, and picturesque landscapes. It should come as no surprise that this is one of the most sought-after travel destinations in the world. I've been visiting for years and I fall in love with the country each and every time. Vineyards in Tuscany, history in Florence, ancient streets in Rome, gorgeous views at Cinque Terre, romantic canals in Venice, and so much more. Italy travel leaves no visitor underwhelmed. Whether you're a budget backpacker or a luxe honeymooner looking to splash out, you'll be able to have an amazing experience here. Just don't rush. Italy is best experienced slowly, so pace yourself. Soak in the atmosphere and way of life as you explore. Relax, take in the scenery, enjoy a cappuccino or a glass of wine. The slower you go, the better you'll be able to appreciate the charms and nuance of this iconic Southern European gem. This travel guide to Italy can help you plan your trip, save money, and make the most of your time in this dreamy destination. Top 5 things to see and do in Italy. 1. Explore Venice. While crowded, Venice is an amazing place to visit. It's not the cheapest destination in Italy, but the city's iconic architecture and picturesque canals are everything you dream them to be. The main sites not to be missed include Piazza San Marco, Doge's Palace, Rialto Bridge, the Basilica San Marco, and the city's countless museums. Be sure to head to the old Jewish ghetto for hip bars and cheap drinks. Venice is also home to several world-class festivals. In late winter, the epic carnival takes place here, and in August, the prestigious Venice Film Festival takes over the nearby island of Lido. 2. Wander Rome. Rome has so much to see and do that you'll need to make several trips to even scratch the surface. Besides obvious highlights like the Colosseum, Forum, Palatine Hill, and Trevi Fountain, make sure you explore the Trastevere neighborhood. It's my favorite area in Rome and offers delicious food, funky bars, and ancient winding streets. Vatican City, the smallest independent city-state in the world, is nestled within the heart of Rome and is home to the Pope, St. Peter's Basilica, the Sistine Chapel, and many fantastic museums. 3. Tour Pompeii. Located a 2040-minute train ride from Naples, Pompeii is an ancient city that was destroyed by a volcano, preserving it in a blanket of ash. Walk around the Roman city as it stood the day that Mount Vesuvius exploded in 79 CE, moving in and out of homes, villas, baths, and businesses where pots and vases still lay. Most of the beautiful frescoes are still there too. There are even casts of victims of the volcano, frozen in ash at the moment of their deaths. Admission is €16 while a guided tour with a professional archaeologist is €50. 4. Hike the Cinque Terre. The Cinque Terre consists of 5 coastal villages on the west coast of Italy, backed by steep vineyards and mountains. It's heaven. There are fun hikes that range in difficulty, incredible fresh pesto and seafood, and tasty local wine. Each village has its own unique personality, so visit all 5. The Cinque Terre express train makes it super easy to pop around to the different villages if you don't want to hike. 5. Relax on the Amalfi Coast. The southern cousin to the Cinque Terre, the Amalfi Coast is much less visited but equally as beautiful. The 13 towns are a UNESCO World Heritage Site where you'll find great hillside vistas, beautiful beaches, breathtaking hikes, and azure blue water in which to cool off. Spend at least 4 days here to take it all in. While technically not on the Amalfi Coast, Sorrento is often considered the gateway town to the area as it's the only town that you can reach by train. Other things to see and do in Italy. 1. Party at the Venice Carnival. Carnival is 10 days of masquerade madness every February leading up to Mardi Gras. The tradition goes back centuries, starting in the 12th century and reaching the height of popularity in the 18th century. Today, it's one of the biggest festivals in Italy, with millions of people attending every year. The iconic and diverse masks are a central part of the festivities, and every year there is a contest for the most beautiful mask. If you want to splash out, you can even attend a traditional masquerade ball. Just be sure to book your accommodation early as the city fills up months in advance. 2. Shop in Milan. Milan is the fashion capital of Italy. Spend some time taking in the glamour, but don't spend more than a day or 2 here unless you're looking to splash out. While you're here, don't miss the beautiful Milan Cathedral and Sforzesco Castle, a 15th century castle that houses Michelangelo's last sculpture. There's also Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, located inside Santa Maria del Grazie Church. 3. See the Leaning Tower in Pisa. The entire city of Pisa is focused around taking photos of this famed tower. Started in 1173 and finished in 1399. It's the bell tower of Pisa's cathedral, located next door. Although it was meant to be perfectly vertical, the tower started leaning during construction due to the weight of the building on an unstable foundation. Admission to the top is €20 or €27 for a ticket that includes all the monuments in the complex. Discovery Pisa runs guided tour of all 3 sites for €30 if you want a more in-depth experience. 4. Visit Siena. Everyone who visits Siena walks away loving it, and with good reason. Located in Tuscany, it's one of the best preserved medieval cities in Italy, and boasts a labyrinth of lanes gathered around the arena of Piazza del Campo. Spend a few days admiring this charming city and exploring one of Italy's most popular and famous regions. Be sure to see the Torre del Mangia, a narrow 14th century tower that offers stunning views of the area. 5. Wander Naples. Naples, made famous as the birthplace of pizza, is a gritty city home to a wealth of historical treasures. There's the medieval Naples Cathedral, the 18th century Villa Comunale Park, and nearby Pompeii, among others. Naples, a must-see destination for history buffs and foodies alike. It's the gateway to the south, so you're very likely to come here if you're crisscrossing the country. Its location near Pompeii, Capri, and Sorrento makes it the perfect starting point for exploring the region. Best of all, it's a foodie city like no other. I ate my weight in pizza during my visit. 6. Explore Florence. There's no real need to explain why one should visit Florence. The city speaks for itself. Everything people say about it is true. Great food, amazing museums, ancient buildings, small streets, awesome gelato. The city has it all. While here, make sure you take a few wine tours throughout the region to get a feel for the verdant countryside. 7. Drive around the heel. Few travelers ever visit the southern heel of the Italian boot, but if you have time, it's worth the trip. This is where most of the fruits and vegetables in Italy come from, so a trip down here will give you the best glimpse into rustic Italian life far from the maddening crowds of Rome and Italy's other tourist hotspots. Don't miss a visit to the picturesque Polignano a Mare with its rugged cliffs and whitewashed houses. 8. Eat your way around Sicily. Sicily may be most known for its mafia connection, but there's more to the island than mobsters. Sicily has its own unique cooking style, amazing coastal beaches, extensive wineries, and more. Be sure to spend some time in Taormina and Palermo, the capital of Sicily and home to lots of churches and other historic sites. Don't miss Sicily if you're a foodie. Also, be sure to visit the stunning Mount Etna, an active volcano. 9. Stroll through Sorrento. Sorrento is a small city in southwestern Italy surrounded by a dreamy landscape of rolling hills, deep valleys, and the Laetari Mountains. In the town itself, there isn't a whole lot to do, but Sorrento makes an ideal starting point for numerous excursions to nearby cities and islands around the famous Amalfi Coast, like Capri and Ischia. I especially love driving along the winding coastal roads overlooking the sea. The area is the perfect place for a road trip. Don't miss a visit to the nearby Blue Grotto. 10. Attend Settimana Santa. This is the last week of Lent, known as Holy Week. During this time, there are several processions throughout Italy, drawing crowds of thousands. Throughout the week, there are various gatherings in Puglia, Abruzzo, and Sicily, but the major event occurs on Easter Sunday and is led by the Pope himself. It's an amazing time to visit, but expect huge crowds and for accommodation to sell out months in advance. 11. Visit Alberobello, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is an interesting and picturesque little town just south of Bari, known for its unusual white cone-shaped houses. It's well worth a visit between the months of November and April, as there are a couple of museums to peruse, in addition to some great restaurants, bars, and markets. 12. Tour the Vatican museums. If you have the patience to wait through the lines, this is one of the most incredible collections to see while in Rome. Founded in the early 16th century, it is a complex of museums spanning over 12 acres. There are so many priceless highlights, including Michelangelo's works in the Sistine Chapel. You could easily spend hours here. Consider getting a guide to make the museum come to life. Admission is €17 and skip the line guided tours with Get Your Guide costs €50. 13. See Chiesa di Sant'Efisio. When you find yourself in Cagliari on Sardinia, wander over to the Stampes Quarter to see this church. Dedicated to the patron Saint Officius, this is the most important church in the city. The original building dates to the 13th century, though it was rebuilt and expanded in the 16th century, and then again in the 18th century, this time in the Baroque style. Admission is free. 14. Take a cooking class. Italy is a dream destination for foodies, and the best way to learn about this amazing cuisine is to take a cooking class. You'll get to visit a local market, learn about the history of some of the country's best dishes, and then learn how to make them yourself so you can impress friends and family back home. Prices vary, but most cost at least €70 and last a few hours. 15. Take a walking tour. Take Walks offers incredible, detailed tours all around the country. They are relatively inexpensive and you definitely get your money's worth. If you are big into history, culture, or architecture, these tours are for you. You'll walk away with a much richer understanding of the country. If you're on a budget, most cities have free walking tours that cover the basics. Just be sure to tip your guide at the end. Italy travel costs. Hostel prices. Hostel dorms average €27-40 per night for rooms with 6-8 beds. Private rooms start around €55-100 per night. Free Wi-Fi is standard, and many hostels also have self-catering facilities. Some also include free breakfast. For those traveling with a tent, campgrounds are available around the country, usually costing between €15-30 per night for a basic plot for 2 people. Budget hotel prices. A night in a 2-star budget hotel ranges from €70-125 per night. Expect basic amenities like free Wi-Fi, TV, AC, and occasionally free breakfast. Prices are on the higher end in cities like Rome and Venice. On air, private rooms start around €45-90, while entire apartments usually start around €100-120. Expect prices to double if you don't book early. Food. Italian cuisine is beloved around the world, though every region in Italy offers its own distinct flavor. Tomatoes, pasta, olives, and olive oil form the backbone of most dishes, with meat and fish and various cheeses rounding out the menu. Style. Keep in mind these are daily averages. Some days you'll spend more, some days you'll spend less. We just want to give you a general idea of how to make your budget. Prices are in EUR. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.